474 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you are winning or losing a lot of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty
yes.
draft, we are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, speaking of Neon Dynasty Draft, we are going to do a deep dive into the data of Neon Dynasty Draft and find out which cards we should be picking.
Yeah. What is it to crack open this format?
Yes.
What will do it?
I mean, last week we talked about the various archetypes that you're going to try to draft in Neon Dynasty.
But that's not enough to know.
It's not enough.
You got to have the cold, hard facts, and we're here to bring them to you.
Yes.
Just like the ice of the north, which is both cold and hard, and a fact of life right now.
And some of these facts may surprise you, so I'm really interested to talk through some of this stuff with you all because you may be shocked. 3 out of 4.
What you find may surprise you.
Doctors hate this one piece of news from 17 Lands.
We're also going to talk about what's happening with this whole Alta Fox Hasbro Free the Wizards situation. Because, wow, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, it's all over the internet. People who are not related to Magic at all are talking about this. Yeah. And we thought we'd give it a little conversation because it's a hot button issue right now.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty interesting when you dive down into it. We also have this fabulous box that was sent to us from Wizards of the Coast. We had one we opened last week and we just got another one in the mail. So they are not stopping here.
This one's got some spicy stuff in it.
All right, let's open it up.
All right, let's see it.
Dun, 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 dun. Look at it, lights up.
Light.
It just lights up. There's an actual light in here.
And look at our beautiful neon boy.
Hidetsugu. Yeah. There he is.
Oh.
In all his neon ink glory.
Wow. It's really cool.
This is the yellow neon ink variant of Hidetsugu, which is only available as a WPN promotion.
Wow.
By the way. So the box
cool.
opens up. There's a light. It says light it up. See? Oh, look at that. Makes sense. And there's so much stuff in here. Yeah. There's another one of these cool plexiglass things. Like our set is going to be all Neon Dynasty. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Ooh, what if you put it over the other one? Does it do anything cool? No.
Does a secret code get revealed?
Is there a secret code in it?
They don't even.
No, they don't.
They don't line up.
No. Okay. Well,
but
never
it was
mind.
a good thought.
Yeah.
It was a good thought.
This is also. It's in the casing, which we have. Let's see. We had another one for a while of a different card in this.
Oh yeah.
And one day it fell and bonked me on the head so hard.
Don't put it up high.
Just be careful with these things. Don't put it up high. It bonked me so hard.
Yeah, there's a card in here that's talking about the 2 new cinematic trailers that were released. If you didn't get a chance to check those out.
They're so cool.
They're so cool, everody.
We
there's
also
an anime
have
one.
a hot set booster.
Set booster.
Wow.
Let's go. Booster box.
I just love the color scheme of Neon Dynasty.
I gotta tell you something. So Neon Dynasty, we're only here for one set, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2.
Because it looks great.
It looks so good. How are they ever going to top it?
I don't know.
I love this aesthetic.
Obviously,
it's our set.
It's
like it fits in with what we've got going on here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
our color scheme.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Look at this. This is a pin, everybody. We got an Pinfinity pin here.
Wow. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
It looks like an Olympic gold medal.
It's Okagachi.
It's so huge.
From the Kami War.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
With this lanyard.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
Holy we could make an Olympic medal with these.
We truly could. It'd be more desirable, I think, for our audience than an Olympic gold. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's so pretty.
Ooh, we got the pilot deck for Commander.
Oh, Kotori Pilot Prodigy.
Ooh, this is great.
I love it.
Really, really cool. Okay, excellent.
All right.
I love this package. Wow. Thank you,
Pretty
Wizards.
Sick. Thank you. Yeah. Well, that was a sick box. And before we keep going,
yes,
we have some other people to thank. First and foremost amongst them are you, the patrons of this show, over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Thank you especially to new patron Ryan and increasing patron Don.
Yay, Ryan and Don.
Thank you both so much for contributing to Good Luck High Five and our ability to keep making this podcast for everybody.
Yeah, the listeners who support us on Patreon, you're literally the reason this show is able to happen. So thank you so much. If this show is something you want to see continue, please consider becoming a patron if you're not one already. It can help us out a lot. Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. We've got awesome bonuses for you there. We had a great movie night the other night.
Ooh, it was so fun.
It was so cute and fun.
Yeah.
We run patron tournaments.
Yeah, we'll have another one of those coming up in March.
Yeah.
So head on over, become a patron. Thank you as well to Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF, the perfect place
Yes.
if you want to get Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set boosters for yourself, collector boosters for yourself, just anything for your magical life. You want to get some starter commander decks to get into it. You can get the Wizards ones, or you can get ones that Card Kingdom has put together.
Yeah, they're super cool. They have so much cool stuff that other stores simply do not sell because Card Kingdom takes the extra time to build these really cool decks that are more affordable and still equally as fun to play. So check them out, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. And before we get into the show, I wanted to give a shout out to our tournament happening this weekend.
Yes, we do have a tournament happening on Sunday. It is the Good Luck High Five No Invitational, $5 entry only. $5 gets you 6 rounds of hot, fresh standard, baby.
Best of 3 standard. Bring your deck. 6 rounds only. Prizes will go to the top 8 finishing players after 6 rounds, including
March qualifier weekend invites.
Sick.
You can get Ultra Pro gift cards. You can get Arena gem codes. And right now you are over 50% to get those things.
Yep.
Because there's 14 people registered, so get over there and get it done.
Sunday. It's going to be so fun.
Yes.
If you enter, we'll send you a link to get into the Discord where we'll be managing the tournament. It's going to be a great time, everybody.
It's going to be such a good time.
And super chill. If it'll be your first big tournament, you should really check it out. Let's do a deep dive into the data on Neon Dynasty Limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have been having some trouble, as we talked about on the podcast last week.
Yep.
With this draft format, it is complicated and it is weird, and there's lots to do.
Okay, here's my one update and 2, my theory on my personal struggles with this format.
Yeah.
1, I have since last week had 2 7-win drafts.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and a 6-win draft.
Okay, that's good.
So that was great. And I think my biggest struggle is this draft format. You need to be proactive. You cannot be reactive.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
This is not a reactive draft format, and that is especially I am a reactive player.
Yeah.
I love playing control. I love playing reactive strategies. This is not the format for those strategies. You must do something on turn 1 or turn 2.
And what's interesting too is why I felt kind of like removal was not very good.
Yeah.
In this format, 4-mana removal spell is usually the level where we're like, yeah, I will pay that and I'll be happy about it.
Exactly.
But for some reason in this set, it just doesn't do enough.
No, it does not.
There's too much synergy.
There's too much stuff going on, and turn 4 is just too late.
Yeah.
To be it's just
to be playing Tamiyo's completion or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
And you're like, okay, cool.
And yes, sometimes it's good, but I've also won games where my opponent literally played 4 copies of Tamiyo's completion.
Yeah, right.
And I was just like,
and
okay.
in previous formats, if you had removal like that, you would have been like, my deck's busted.
Great. Exactly. Yeah. You would have been so happy about it. This format, no.
Yeah, I agree with you about what you said. I've had 1 6-win deck. That's the best I've been able to put together.
Yeah.
And then I quit and started playing Constructed.
Well, fair enough. All right. Makes sense.
But maybe I'll go back to my drafty ways after this episode and we kind of dissect all of the data. The data don't lie here about what to pick in Neon Dynasty.
All right. Well, Maria, I think it's time that we dive into it.
All right, let's kick things off with the color pair strength list here.
Okay. So top of the list is black green with 58.6%.
Yeah, so there's 10, of course, color pairs that are draftable, and we talked about last week. We're like, hey, I think black green might emerge as the most powerful color pair in Neon Dynasty, and here it is.
It certainly has. Although not far behind it is blue black, which is also unsurprising.
Yes, ninjas.
Just quite good.
Yeah, ninjas are a very strong deck if you can manage to pull it together. Like you said, talk about being proactive.
Yes, it is a very proactive strategy. ninjas, you should be playing something on turn 1.
Yeah, and if you are playing ninjas, like, and you've assembled a good deck, it's pretty hard to beat that deck.
Yes, it's just disruptive. It is quick. It's efficient.
They're going to keep you on your back foot for sure.
Yes, all the time. Next up is green-white.
Yeah.
With 57.7, just 0.1% behind blue-black.
Yeah. Green-white came out, I want to say, like the early front runner, I think. When it hit Arena, people were like, oh, I think green-white's going to be really good. Enchantments.
Yeah, and it is. It's real spicy.
I yelled at people on the podcast and said, would 7 other people please allow me to draft enchantments?
Maria, my 6-win deck was a spicy green-white enchantments list.
So jealous.
Let me see. I think I screenshot
Did you screenshot it?
Yeah,
okay, great.
See. This is it.
Ooh.
I finally got to draft my own copy of Generous Visitor.
Oh, I love Generous Visitor.
Because I had lost to it so very many times.
I mean, how many times can you say you lose to a 1/1 for one?
Not often, but I sure did lose to this one a lot, and I finally got to draft my own copy.
Beautiful.
This was a very fun one. This is the one that I texted you.
Yeah.
So I have 3 copies of Sky Blessed Samurai, which is the 4/4 flyer for 6 and a white. 3 copies of that 7 mana card.
Sick.
I, on multiple occasions, cast it for a single white mana.
Beautiful.
It was so nice.
You've got a lot of removal here too, which we said doesn't necessarily make for a good deck in this format, but I want to make this a caveat. You have 2 Intercessor's Arrests and 2 Touch the Spirit Realm, and Touch the Spirit Realm is a tier above.
Oh, it's just so
Hits
good.
everything.
And you can see here, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1 and 2 drops.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm not just waiting to get to that. I'm playing stuff and then I'm playing that removal to get in some damage.
You also have a copy of Buseiju Reaches Skyward, which is an uncommon
that card
saga.
Is so good.
I need to call it out because this card is busted.
That card is excellent.
Busted.
So good.
You go and get lands, then you make a giant tree, which has reach.
Mostly you make a giant tree that has reach.
Yes.
A big tree and it have reach.
I was watching Aaron Gertler stream the other day. Lil Beep on Arena. Runner-up in the 2020 season grand finals.
Really great.
That's his username.
That's a really great username.
Lil Beep. Gives half of his winnings to charity, so I like him.
Yeah.
He drafted a deck with, I want to say, 3 copies of this card, and then everything else was just like ways to protect it, ways to stall until he cast it. It seemed unbeatable.
It's very, very good.
Draft the tree deck is what I'm trying to tell you.
Draft that tree. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you, like, I finally got it.
You did it.
And you know what? It was great. It was great.
Coming in at 4th is Black-Red, another color pair people seem to think is very powerful at 57.4% win rate.
For sure, aggro.
Yes.
It is. You are getting aggroed by Black-Red.
Artifact aggro. Let's go.
They are just hitting you fast, hitting you early, hitting you often.
And they probably have an Oni Cult Anvil.
Yes,
in
they
play.
probably do. They probably have the little 1 mana red artifact.
With Simeon Sling? That one?
That one also, but I'm thinking of
the one that you pop for more cards. Yeah, for sure. It's on our list later.
Yeah. All right.
Spoiler alert.
5th is blue-green, 56.7, and that's kind of like the biggest drop-off that we've seen so far.
Yeah, and not by much, though. Just
not
2
by
points.
Much. Yeah.
Percentage points.
Exactly.
White-black is very close to that with 56.6.
Yep. And then 7th is blue-white, 55.3. 8th is blue-red with 54.7, green-red 54.5, and red-white 53.5.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do the last 3 bottom-performing decks have in common?
Red cards.
Yes.
The answer, Maria, is red cards.
Red cards. Not great in Neon Dynasty.
No, they're pretty rough. Although I will say, my one of my 7-win decks was a blue-red deck.
Okay.
Which is here at 8th place.
You know what?
Which is to say it still wins.
Everybody, these can all still win. We don't want you to try and avoid these decks like the plague. If you're in the seat to draft them, the best thing you can do is draft your seat, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to try and force something that isn't coming to you because then you just end up with a medium deck and it's like whatever.
I have up the blue-red deck right here. As you can see, It's the headliner of this deck is 3 copies of Enthusiastic Mechanaut.
So you've got 3 copies of the Signpost Uncommon in blue-red.
Yes, exactly. Really, that's the most that you need to know about it.
Your other hits include 2 Network Disruptors.
Yep.
Great card. And you've also got Behold the Unspeakable, which we all know is great.
Yeah, we've
5
talked
mana
about
saga.
Behold the Unspeakable. You just draw cards. It also has Containment Construct, which is the 2-mana 2/1 that says whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn.
So what were you discarding?
It's things with channel.
Oh, sure.
Right. I have Ironhoof Boar, which is the 5/4 trample
the
haste
trampler.
that can give +3/+1 as its channel, and Saiba Trespassers, which I've really come up on this card.
Okay.
At first, I was like, it's 4 and a blue for a 3/5.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
But it has channel 3 and a blue.
To bounce?
No, this is the one that taps and freezes 2 things.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And it is. Do you know what? It's quite good.
That's a good card.
Yeah, exactly. And so with my Enthusiastic Mechanaut, I could both channel and then cast an Ironhoof Boar in the same turn.
Sick.
It was great. It also obviously has Replication Specialist, which was truly the most important thing.
The 3/4 flyer.
This is the 3/4 flyer that you can pay 2 when an artifact ETBs and you make a copy of it. And at some point, I had like five Mechanauts on the battlefield because I had just cast and copied so many of them. So then I was able to cast and copy an Ironhoof Boar.
Rude. Very rude.
So this deck was like I was in the seat for it, and I was worried about drafting blue-red, but I just did it.
Yeah.
I did it, and it was the right thing to do because this deck was really busted.
Like, you don't get this deck unless people are passing you these cards, okay?
Exactly.
Let's be clear. Yeah, that's a sweet looking deck right there.
It was so right, and that's again to say, just because it's at the bottom of the list doesn't mean you can't win with the
One
right
further
version.
point about these colors is that we don't have enormous discrepancy between them.
Yes.
Red, white, and black, green. The difference here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 points.
Yeah.
We've seen bigger than that in the past.
Much bigger.
Especially between the top 5 decks. They're very, very close.
Yeah.
And I want to say in other sets, it's been like the top 2 and then a huge drop off.
Yeah.
So this is much better.
Pretty, yeah. And it's fun. Yeah. Which is the most important thing.
That
They're
is
all
true.
fun.
They are fun. This is a very fun format.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to talk about the top 10 cards of any rarity. Okay, so these are like, no matter what, these are what you want to take generally if you're doing a pack one, pick one evaluation.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about it. I have to look up the first one because no one has ever passed it to me.
This card I have opened so many times, which is kind of weird. I know.
I'm envious.
I'm envious of my past self that didn't win those drafts anyway, but whatever.
All right. Fair enough.
Jugen Defends the Temple is the #1 card to pick.
Yeah.
This is based...
Didn't know this card existed.
This is based on games in hand win percentage, meaning anytime you draw this card throughout the game, what are your chances of winning? And the answer to that question is, drumroll please, 70.1%.
Wow.
Which is pretty absurd.
That's pretty high.
This is the saga for 2 and a green. It's a mythic. Chapter 1, create a 1/1 green human monk creature token where you can tap to add green. Chapter 2, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and then it flips into its own creature, because why wouldn't it? It's a 2/2 flyer into Remnant of the Rising Star. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on that creature as long as you control 5 or more modified creatures. Remnant of the Rising Star gets +5/+5 and has trample.
Okay, that's chill. That's totally fine. That's
What
totally
a fair
fine and cool
magic card.
Well, yeah, it's just gonna make all your things bigger.
Yep.
Great.
And just like keep on rolling.
Great.
Jugen.
All right, I see it. Even though
the
I've
temple.
never seen this card, even though I have trouble believing it exists.
Yeah, there you go. That's #1.
This next one I also don't believe exists.
Oh my gosh, I lost to this very recently. This is the drumroll please, the Kiki Jiki card of the set.
Oh, okay, I have lost to this once.
Yes,
This
Fable
card is
of
very
the
good.
Mirror Breaker.
Yeah.
This
2 and a red for a saga. Chapter 1, create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. And Chapter 3, exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Reflection of Kiki Jiki is the backside. 2/2. 1 tap. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So
it is.
yeah, free copies of stuff essentially.
Yeah, it was rough because then they can do it once on your turn, like before on your end step.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's during their end step that it goes away.
Beginning of the next end step. You're right.
So they can like copy on your end step and then also copy on their turn if they want to.
It's
brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Next up is the Wandering Emperor.
Yes.
This is, of course, one of the Planeswalkers. Just really excellent.
This card is fabulous. It's being played in constructed formats now.
Yeah.
4 mana, it's got flash. It can, destroy tapped creatures. It can create 2/2 Vigilant Samurais for you. I love this card. It's just
it puts counters on your creatures.
It's just everything you want in a Planeswalker.
It's great.
Other
It's
than
really
card
good.
draw.
Then is Inventive Iteration. This is kind of a surprise to me, even though it is a very solid card.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it was this high. Inventive Iteration is the 3 and a blue saga. Chapter 1, you bounce something.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, you get an artifact back from your graveyard, and if you can't, you draw a card.
That's right.
And then the backside is a 3/3 flyer that says whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value until your next turn.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's great because it's disruptive, right? And we've mentioned how disrupting what the opponent's trying to do, being proactive, is what you want to do in this format, probably. And this card does it on every chapter.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. And
Very
then
good.
continues to do it with the static ability of the creature
Yeah,
once
of just
that's
being
cast.
like you. I did once have this card, the 3/3 flyer flipped, and like my opponent had just drawn. They had exiled something really busted with Invoke the Ancients, and I'm trying to remember what it was. They had drawn Atsushi the Rising Star.
Sure.
With that, so I could see it exiled, and like they were gonna be able to cast it. I flipped this, drew a 4, cast my 4th that they couldn't cast it, and then like Invoke the Ancients is, or not Invoke the Ancients. It's March of Reckless Joy.
Yeah.
Is only like you can only cast it until through the end of your next turn. So they just couldn't cast it for as long as they were able to.
All right.
It was so spicy.
That's
it felt
great.
very good.
That's great.
And very mean.
And Inventive Iteration has a 66.4% game in hand win percentage. So still very high. Next up, Invoke the Ancients.
I've gotten wrecked by this card a bunch of times.
Invoke them.
Invoke them.
They want to be invoked.
They want to be invoked. They want to wreck your opponent's day. Make 2 4/5s. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Like...
How did you know that's what I wanted?
Everyone wants 2 4/5s for 5 mana on their birthday. Yay! It's just the top gift to give someone.
I didn't want that flaming dessert from Chi Chi's anyway.
No, you wanted,
I wanted
2 4/5s.
4/5s.
2 4/5s. Two.
How much
of
does this
them.
card cost?
It costs 5 mana. It's green, 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 green 1.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's awful. Unless you're casting it, in which case I'm sure it's great, but I've never had the opportunity, so I don't know.
Next up is the Kami War.
I had someone cast this against me once, and I just had mad respect for them.
Well, yeah, you've got
I had
it.
so much respect.
Are you kidding me?
That's 5 colors of mana, and you did it. I'm really happy for you.
You gotta pay Wooburg for this, buddy.
Wooburg. Do you know what? The win rate is 67.8 for games in hand, and I'm guessing that it's not 100% because sometimes you can't cast it.
That's probably what it is.
The remaining gap is the times that you weren't able to get it out of your hand.
Which, I mean, is a true cost, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for sure, that card's a house.
Yes, absolutely.
This one I love on this list. Top 10.
It is the first uncommon.
Yes.
The first not a rare or mythic.
Kappa Tech Wrecker.
Great. Little Ninja Turtle getting it done.
Ninja Turtle 1/3 has a death touch counter on it. If you attack, you can and deal combat damage to a player. You can remove the death touch counter to destroy an artifact or enchantment.
I think it's Exile.
Exile? Is it really?
I don't remember. Let me check.
Look them up. Yeah. I mean, such a little kind of unassuming card to have this kind of impact in the format on our list of top 10 cards of any rarity.
Yeah. It's Exile.
It's Exile. Jeez, this card's great.
Great.
Every
And
time
it
I
looks
see
great.
it, I panic.
Yeah.
Because it's got so many things that it can kill in my deck. And I'm like, no. I'm not letting this Ninja Turtle kill.
And it has ninjutsu. So like it could just come out and spook you.
Is it artifact or enchantment as well? Is it both?
It's artifact or enchantment.
Card's so good.
Next up is Blossom Prancer. Love this card.
Love this card.
When my opponent casts it, I am sad.
Yeah, and it's another uncommon on this list.
This is the 3 green for a 4/4 reach. When it ETBs, you can look at the top 5 cards of your library and show an enchantment or a creature from them and put it into your hand.
It's great.
I just said show instead of reveal.
Show it.
Show it.
Show it.
Show the card.
Look, maybe if they said show, I mean, everyone would know what you meant.
Do you think not everyone knows what reveal means?
I don't know. You're doing it. You're saving some ink.
Okay. You're right. You are saving some space. Reveal and show.
Call Alta Fox and tell him I've got some ideas on saving my...
Keep it for the next segment, Maria. We have time to make fun of some of Alta Fox's choices for their website later.
Blossom Prancer, 66.9% win rate with that card when you have it in your hand. That's wild. This card is an uncommon, but it's got a great body and it draws you a card. That's all you need in the set.
Yep. Next up is another rare, Biting Palm Ninja.
65.1%.
This is a little 3/3 for 2 and a black. It has a menace counter on it. When it deals combat damage, you can remove that menace counter, look at your opponent's hand, and makes them exile a card from it.
Yeah, just like Kappa Wrecker. Kind of a similar thing going on here.
Just got lots going on.
It's everything you want, basically. Yeah. And finally, rounding out the list at number 10, I love this one.
Oh.
Life of Toshiro Imazawa.
This card is great.
It's excellent.
There are so many X1s in the set that it can kill. And they just like play it. Like you've played an X1 and they play it and they're like, just kill that thing.
Yep.
And that's only the first chapter. Here's the first chapter. Kill that thing.
This one is last on our list at 64.7%.
Great card.
And is this a common? Is this an uncommon?
No, it's an uncommon.
This is so good.
It's a really good card.
Chapters 1 and 2 are the same, but you don't want them to be any different. Either give something -1/-1, give your creature +2/+2, or gain 2 life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's always something to do. Like there was a time before I had read the whole card, my opponent like played it, and I think that they like killed my thing. But then on my turn, I like killed their 1 creature, and I was like, ha! Now chapter 2 does nothing. And then I was like, no, it says there's a gain 2 life on it. Like it's always going to do something.
And then it's going to flip into a 2/2 that gives your vehicles menace.
No,
wait, that's the other one. That's a rat jacket.
2/3 that you can.
You can
spend black and a life to pay. Oh wait, no, you can tap and pay a life to get black mana for an instant or sorcery.
That's right.
So my only miff with it is that like the backside is only meh.
Yeah,
but the front side is so good. So okay.
Okay.
Just like, never mind. I can't think of a celebrity with a great front side and a bad backside.
Well, you'd have to know quite a lot about this celebrity, honestly. Be like, ooh, they've got a great face, but that butt, not doing them any
I'm just
favors.
not keeping enough track of celebrity butts to like be able to make an analogy like this. I wish.
Well, we'll just start celebritybutts.com and we'll figure it all out.
A site already exists.
How sure are you? And are you willing to check it now on your laptop?
Yes. Okay. 90%.
All right. 90%. Okay. If I win this bet, that is pretty good return for my bet here on celebritybutts.com. It's gotta exist. How does it not exist? Oh, good. She's going incognito, everybody, just so the government can't track her looking.
Wow. Celebritybutts.com does not exist.
All right. Bet the ponies. Won the farm. Well, this is an opportunity for you all out there. Okay.
Okay. If anyone out there wants to buy the domain celebritybutts.com.
It's probably like $5,000.
Yeah, it is definitely like what I arrived at was not like your classic GoDaddy. You could buy this. It was definitely someone sitting on celebritybutts.com.
I mean, those celebrities are sitting on celebritybutts.com already. You know what I mean?
They all are.
All right, next up is the top commons by color. And why we're ranking commons and not anything else is because, of course, these are the cards you see most often when you're playing draft.
They make up the bulk of your deck.
It's the most important to know about which ones to pick. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off in Wooburg order here. We're starting off with white. Number 1 is Spirited Companion.
So cute. I love this pup.
Great
and I love
1/1
picking
pup.
this pup.
Draw a card. Great. Love you,
Yeah.
pup. 61.4% if you're interested. Number 2, Imperial Oath.
Also 61.4. Also have started seeing this card all the time, and it is annoying.
Yeah, this is the 6 mana. You make 3 samurai
And scry
and
3.
scry 3.
Great.
This card's very, very good.
With vigilance.
Vigilance. Yeah, samurais with vigilance.
Yeah. It's 6 power. It's great.
Don't pass that card.
It's quite good.
Number 3, Era of Enlightenment.
This is actually surprising to me because I always feel like this one is fine.
Scry 2, gain 2 life, flips over into a 2/2 first striker.
Yep. All
Pretty
right.
straightforward. Maybe it just does enough, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the Scry 2 is always helpful in a color like white that doesn't have access to stuff like card draw.
Yeah.
In and of itself.
The next one is also surprising to me. Golden Tail Disciple. Little 2/3 lifelinky.
I love this card because it gives away counters.
No, this is just a 2/3 lifelink.
Wait, which one am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Seven Tail Fox.
Oh my god, it's because they both have tails.
Yeah. But this is a different tail.
You're right. This is the lifelinking tail.
This is the little 2/3
lifelink.
lifelink for 2 and a white.
I guess it is annoying. Lifelink is annoying in this format when you're trying to race.
It's an enchantment, so it goes in this. It goes both in black, white, and green, white.
That's
it's like
good. That's
in what
true.
they want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's cute.
And the final card in white is Intercessor's Arrest.
56.2.
Yep. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next up is blue.
Yeah.
Powerful color.
Of course, first, Network Disruptor.
You got to disrupt.
You have to be disrupting. Always be disrupting.
Always be disrupting.
ABD.
Know your ABDs in Neon
Always
Dynasty.
be disrupting. 1 for 1 with flying. When it ETBs, tap a permanent.
Yep.
It's just so good.
You know what's extra great about this card is when you ninjutsu into a network disruptor, return the disruptor to your hand, your creature attacks, does its damage. The next turn you can play your disruptor again to
Tap a blocker.
Tap a blocker, do your ninjutsu again.
So good. It's so good. It's aggravating.
Speaking of ninjas, number 2 is a ninja, Moon Circuit Hacker.
Ooh, I love this card too. This is 1 in a blue for a 2/1 enchantment creature ninja with ninjutsu, single blue mana.
Yeah.
When it deals combat damage, you draw a card and discard a card unless it's the turn that it entered the battlefield, in which case you just draw.
You just get to draw.
So the turn you ninjutsu it, you hit them and you just draw a card.
Yeah.
It's great.
Very good.
It's what you want to be doing. I love this card.
I think my favorite on this list is in position 3 here, the Modern Age.
Ooh, this one's also great.
It's a fabulous blue saga. This I would equate with Era of Enlightenment in white.
Yeah.
Because they're both like, you know, cheap kind of sagas that turn into creatures that are pretty good.
Yeah.
This one draws you cards.
Yeah, so it's 1 in a blue. On chapters 1 and 2, you draw and then discard, and then it becomes a little 2/3 flyer.
2/3 flyer, which helps you with your ninjutsu if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, I
So
love
good.
it.
Next up is Moon Snare Specialist. This is, of course, the 3 in a blue for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, bounce a creature.
Yep.
Ninjutsu's for 2 in a blue.
Yeah, very
Just
good.
Bounce.
Very
bounce,
good.
Bounce.
And number 5, this is a card I hadn't necessarily been drafting.
Yeah, me neither.
So maybe
I definitely
this
have
is-
cut it from decks.
I know. Now I'm a little worried. Like, should I not have been cutting?
Apparently
Suit
not.
up. Number 5.
Target vehicle or creature becomes a creature with a base power and toughness 4/5 until end of turn. Draw a card.
Yeah. I guess you do have draw card on it.
I've been killed by this card. Like, I didn't block something and then they made it a 4/5 for lethal.
And then you're like, okay,
And I was like, great.
sure.
Okay. It happened.
It's
to
a
me.
weird one to be number 5.
It's a weird card, but look at
All
that.
right.
What a surprise.
Okay, 57.9, not too far behind Network Disruptor.
All right, Maria.
Yes.
The card on here with the highest number.
Yes.
Black's number 1 common.
Can you guess what it is, everybody? Get your
None
guesses
other
in. Get it in. Okay.
Than the little virus beetle.
Virus Beetle.
Virus beetle is here to mess up your day.
1/1 for 1 in a black.
Artifact creature.
Your opponent discards a card.
Yeah, and when That's it. Although right behind it, also 62%, Okiba Reckoner Raid.
Well,
This card it's so good. I love this card.
Can you reckon with
I would
this
have
raid?
infinite copies of this. I would play as many copies as I drafted of this card.
you know, we used to have this. What card was it? It was a 2/3 flying lifelinker.
No, you're thinking of Wingsteed Rider.
Yeah. What was Wingsteed Rider's deal?
It had heroic when it became the target list, meaning you put a counter on it. But we talked about what if it was a deck of just Wingsteed versus a deck of just something else that I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay, now here we go. Wingsteed versus Okiba Reckoner Raid. Who would win?
Right? Okiba Reckoner Raid.
I think so. Because, well, I just think
it's
would.
Cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Wingsteed Rider is 1 white. Do you know, I could have cast 3 Okiba Reckoner Raids by then.
What's Wingsteed Rider's toughness?
It's just a 2/2.
It's a 2/2? Okay. Yeah. I stand by this.
I think Okiba Reckoner Raid is hands down the winner of that.
Can't believe that I just thought of that from like years ago. Number 3.
Number 3 is, of course, one of the key pieces of removal in the set, Twisted Embrace at 60.2. This card is very nice.
I really like it. There's a big question mark over it when the set debuted. Are you really going to put all your eggs in one basket with this?
Yeah, and the answer is yeah.
The answer is it's totally fine. I don't know if I've ever truly gotten 2 for 1 with this.
I have only once successfully 2 for 1 someone else.
Yeah.
And it just, like, the rest of the time, you wish that you could have 2 for 1 them. You feel like you should have been able to, but you just didn't. Instead, they slapped an aura on their thing and killed your creature.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
You're getting a bonus. You're killing their creature. You can recur this, bounce it, bring it back to your hand from your graveyard, blah, blah, blah.
So many things. I do really like it. It's quite a good card.
Kami of Terrible Secrets is next.
Surprise!
Yeah. This one is a 3/4, and you get to draw a card, lose a life if you
gain a life.
You gain a life if you have an artifact and an enchantment in play.
Yep.
So black-white deck card. If you can trigger that, this card's pretty good.
Yeah. 3/4 is a nice little power toughness to have in the set.
Yeah, 4 toughness.
4 mana is an all right place to have 4 toughness in this set.
Yeah, 4 toughness is the number, I think.
And drawing that card.
And finally, Inkrise Infiltrator.
I have come so far up on this card.
Yeah.
I used to just look at that card and be like, don't even joke with me, card. Don't even get up here in my space. Don't come over here.
Don't come into my house.
Don't come into my house
as
and
a
tell
1/2
me
flyer.
What you're going to do. Like, no. But do you know what? Now we'll also put multiple copies of this in my decks.
Are you playing ninjas with this card? Is that the deal?
Yeah. It's just another ninjutsu, like, thing that you can get in there with.
Enabler.
Enabler, thank you. And then it also has the 3 and a black, it gets +2/+2.
Yeah.
So it can also just close out, like, I've closed out games with that. Because, like,
nice
it is just a little flyer.
Yeah.
You can get in.
And finally, we come to, well, not finally, but, you know.
Alas,
we come to red. Which I want to say alas because their best card, which is Kami's Flare at 57.1%.
is below the lowest black card.
Yes.
And the lowest blue card.
And the lowest white card.
No, it's not quite.
Not quite.
But it is below the lowest blue, black.
What about green?
And green cards.
Green. Wow. And this is a classic red removal spell.
Oh, Kami's Flare, 57.1. 1 in a red, instant, 3 damage. 2 to the face of your opponent if you have a modified creature.
Yeah, it seems like it would be great.
Only fine.
In other sets, this would have been
a great card.
The card that you want to pick first. No. I don't understand why not.
Don't you do it.
Maybe the rest of the red is just not good enough.
Yeah.
Experimental Synthesizer. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah. I love this card. Little card draw. You need it.
Yeah.
Get it done. Next up, Voltage Surge. More removal.
Yep.
Single red. 2 damage to something. 4 if you sack an artifact.
Yeah, great.
Tawashi Song Shaper.
I don't know.
This is the 1 in a red for a 2/2. When another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
That's right.
So, like, wow, that's really saying something for red.
Oof. And number 5 is Simeon Sling the Monkey artifact equipment.
That card is good. The fact that when you equip it, it gives both +1/+1 and its ability is nice.
That's true.
I do like that. But sad state of affairs for red. Green. First up, Fang of Shigeki.
The 1/1 Death Toucher.
Yeah.
Great.
He means snack. This next one surprises me, but then also doesn't.
Jukai Preserver is number 2.
Yeah, this is 3 and a green for a 3/3. When an ATB is put a +1/+1 counter on something, you can channel it to put 2 +1/+1 counters on something.
Yeah.
Or 2 +1/+1 counters on each of up to
2 target creatures.
So 1 on, you can only put 1 on each?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You can't load them, I don't think. No. Yeah, I guess it's flexible enough.
Yeah.
You know, modified in green red decks.
Yeah. 3 is Tales of Master Sashiro. This is the 4 and a green. It gives a +1/+1 counter to a vehicle or creature, a +1/+1 counter, and then it flips into a hasty 5/5.
Yeah, it's very good.
It is quite good. I had an opponent play 3 of these back to back to back.
Wow, that sucks for you.
You would think I actually ended up winning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But it did really hamper my plans for a bit.
That is rough.
It was quite something to fight through.
That's rough.
Yes.
Season of Renewals, number 4. This is an important one to point out, everybody, because this is not a card you would always put in your draft deck in other sets.
But in this, it is very good because it basically says draw 2 relevant things.
Yes. So you can get back a creature and you can get back an enchantment from your graveyard.
And you can get back both if you have both.
Yep. Really
just
good.
Nice.
Buy back your sagas after your creatures died and then another creature. Great.
Or just get back an enchantment creature and a creature.
Yeah, exactly.
Done that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 5th, of course, is Master's Rebuke. No surprise there.
Yeah.
1 and a green for an instant creature you control deals damage to another creature.
Classic bite effect in green. Megan, we've been through all the data here.
Yes.
And I have a question for you. What do you think is the number 1 worst card in the set?
The number 1 worst card?
Worst performing card in the whole set.
In the whole set?
In the whole set. First of all, what color do you think it is?
I'm going to go with red.
Correct. There's 2 cards that have no data, which means nobody's ever drafted them.
Wow.
Basically.
Okay.
But this is the one that had data on it that was the worst performing card.
The worst performing card.
Yep.
I'm going to go with, like we said, it's definitely in red.
It is a red card.
Rabbit Battery.
It's a good guess. It's Aki Warpaint.
Oh, yep. +2,
aura.
+1 for a red.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. What
don't
are you
do
doing?
it, everybody. So
You're doing green red modified, I guess.
this is a PSA.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
After you've seen all this info, what's your big takeaway?
Don't draft red.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of tough.
Only if you're in the right. But then again, like I said, I had that blue-red
Yeah,
deck.
you
So
did. It's
only if you are
doable.
in the right seat for it.
For sure. Everything
Yeah.
is doable if you're in the right seat.
I think that for me, it's just like, look at, I mean, I'm also biased because I did already say it earlier, but be proactive.
Yep.
Look at how cheap all of these cards
They're
are
so
in
cheap.
blue.
Yeah.
You have 1 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana, 4 mana, but really 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Like, same black, 2 mana, 1 mana, 4, 4, 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That is saying something. Definitely in other sets, these numbers would have been around the 6 mana mark, 5 mana mark, potentially.
Like 4 at least, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about like 3. The fact that it's not 3, it's not 2 and 3 or 3 and 4.
Yeah.
We're talking about 1 and 2.
1 and 2 here, people. Okay? These
Which is
cards might not look like a lot on
wild.
their own, but in the correct decks, when they're surrounded by help, these can be absolutely backbreaking.
Yeah.
Wow. Really interesting.
Real bangers.
Yeah, so you can check out all this kind of data, do as much data dive as you want over on 17 Lands. That's where we got this info from. So check it out if you want to increase your performance in draft.
Yeah.
I think this will go a long way to helping you on your road to getting some more trophies.
Fingers crossed, man. Maria,
Yes.
we must talk
We
briefly
must.
about Alta Fox and freethewizards.com because everyone I think was just gobsmacked
Yeah.
when this happened. Everyone was like, where is this coming from? I didn't know this was a thing that you could do.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, what the basic gist is here is that this hedge fund, Alta Fox Capital,
Yes. Of which
decided-
John Finkel is a member.
John Finkel, Hall of Famer, some say the best Magic player of all time, is
Yeah.
a member, decided, hey, we own 2.5% of Hasbro.
Which apparently is a huge chunk for one company to own.
Exactly. And they're like, we think that Hasbro is not correctly leveraging Wizards of the Coast in their portfolio. And therefore, we want to put 5 of our people onto Hasbro's board that will, in the end, be able to separate Wizards of the Coast from
Like
Hasbro.
crowbar them away.
Crowbar them off into their own company again.
Yeah.
Because Wizards used to be its own company, everybody.
Yeah.
It was bought by Hasbro in 99.
Yep.
And
they've just been, basically their case is Hasbro is just wildly mismanaging everything, and Wizards of the Coast specifically.
yeah.
Which is interesting, right? It's interesting because a lot of people agree in theory with what is said here.
Yes.
Right? There are some facts on their website that are just like compelling and infuriating.
Freethewizards.com if you want to check it out.
Yes.
they've put together quite an expansive website with their reasons for why they think that Hasbro is not correctly utilizing Wizards. Wizards is responsible for 46% of Hasbro's profits now, which is immense.
Yeah.
And you know what? I thought this even before I saw any of this. I was like, I feel like Hasbro really could do a lot more with Wizards of the Coast.
Right. I feel like everybody's thought it.
Yeah.
Everybody has thought and felt it. One of their points that sticks out to me is Hasbro directors pay themselves an average of $350,000 per year, significantly more than their peers at Mattel, despite lagging absolute and relative shareholder returns. Hasbro spends more on total director compensation than Apple.
Wow. That's wild.
That being said, if you look at their thing, there's definitely a thread throughout this, which is the phrase shareholder value.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So there's also something to be said for when it comes down to it. This is not a hedge fund that is looking out for you, the player.
They want to make money, of course. That's the point.
Them, the shareholders of Hasbro.
Them that own 2.5%.
Them that own the 2.5%.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say that I agree broadly with the concepts brought up on this website. Like, you know, I'm one of the people that's always been like, oh man, Magic's making so much money, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to Magic being given more money or being invested in.
Infuriating.
Because Hasbro has that money, right? And they decide where it ends up.
So it has felt for a long time, we have talked about this several times, that it feels like they take this money from Wizards.
Yeah, and they're like,
thank you. Wizards is generating, yes, and they throw it at other stuff that doesn't do as well.
And you're like, wait.
When they should just be putting that money back into Wizards.
Or spending it on their executive compensation so that everybody can make $350K a year.
That's so frustrating.
Yikes.
Yeah, right? Like Wizards is over here generating.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, we're doing the work and you're getting the payoff? That doesn't seem right.
That is infuriating.
Yeah. So
anyways,
a lot of people have been talking about this. Who knows what's actually going to end up happening? Yeah. I don't know if they can strong arm themselves onto the board like this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, really. I've not been on a board of a big corporation ever, but I have seen much of Succession on HBO. So that's my point of knowledge, on how these things work.
Well, I think that there's some things on their website that reading through, it's like, great, yes. Improve capital allocation. It's kind of what we've been talking about.
Yep.
Right? It's just like, just don't take the money and put it into things that aren't performing as well. Reinvest in Wizards core IP. You're like, yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
These are things that make sense. But also, who knows? Also, we are deeply skeptical, and you should be too. Always be skeptical.
ABS. You thought it stood for automatic braking system.
Yeah, anti-lock braking system.
Oh. I know about cars.
Right? Or is that a different part of the car?
I don't know. I just re-upped my blinker fluid, so my cars should be in really good condition. What? Megan just Googled ABS without realizing that she just spelled abs. So it's just a lot of pictures of abs. Speaking of celebrity butts, celebrityabs.com probably also available.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, I know what kind of result I'll get, and then Google slaps you in the face and says, stupid human. No, you don't. Gosh. How could you think?
I'm laughing so hard I'm crying because it just did not cross my mind even a little bit.
That it would be abs.
I was that I was just Googling
abs. You're in a dark place when you just Google abs.
Oh my God.
Not how to get better abs, workouts for abs, celebrities with the greatest abs, but just abs.
Oh my goodness. And then I typed it in, it was waiting, and I looked at my screen and I was like, why is it just photos of ripped abs on the computer?
I confirm. That's what's up right now. That's what's up.
Oh man.
You probably need to type ABS.
Anti-lock braking system is what it is.
You know what's better than Googling abs? Not much.
Not much.
But Ultra Pro is one of those things. How do you like that segue?
Oh, smooth.
Smooth as not abs.
Oh, and in fact, we have a very special preview and giveaway.
Yes.
Because we have some of the new playmats from the upcoming Secret Lair Super Drop.
Yeah, if you haven't seen what's in the new Secret Lair Super Drop, you can check out the upkeep from this week. We went over everything. And we've got a giveaway, so you can head to our Twitter account. Just go check out GLHF Magic and follow the instructions there, and you can win a playmat of your choice that Ultra Pro makes from the new Secret Lair featuring the new art.
Yeah, that's right. You will
So
get to
cool.
pick which one. It is.
You've got some over there if you want to show one off.
All right, Maria.
We've got a whole box of them here that Ultra Pro sent us, which is pretty cool. Yes. Who did you pick?
Ooh, this one is like it's too different.
Ooh. It's too different.
It's too different.
That sounds like a Minnesotan
it's too different.
Diss.
It's versus from the Street Fighter.
Oh, the Street Fighter. Ooh, cool.
Ooh, look at it. It's so cool.
Wow, that is awesome.
Right?
So one like this could be yours from
One
Ultra Pro.
like this. Oh, I love the mana symbols down the center.
Of your choice. Of your choice.
Let me see if we have the new foily one.
Yeah, show the new foily one off.
Hold on. All right. And in addition, they have a new foiling process.
For playmats.
Holofoil for playmats.
So this, we want to show it off because it's like new playmat tech, everybody.
New playmat tech.
And it looks awesome.
Ready. Oh my goodness.
It looks so cool. I don't know if the camera can really.
No, it's like not doing this
it.
justice. It's like tiny sparkles.
It's like tiny sparkles, everybody.
It's like tiny sparkles all over this playmat.
It looks so cool.
It is really, really good.
The one we have here is with all the new Chibi Planeswalkers.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
From Lil Walkers.
You can't see how good this is. I can't explain it. It looks just
so cool.
It is sparkle. It is sparkly. It's a sparkly playmat.
So if you want to win one of these playmats, head over to our Twitter account, follow the instructions, and enter for your chance to win because these things look incredible.
They're so cool. And what better way to celebrate Secret Lairs? We're always a big fan of, if you love Secret Lairs, but you're like, I don't need to play all these cards or I don't need them for my decks, you can grab playmats from Ultra Pro.
Exactly.
If you love the art and look at it that way.
Yes, and the Olympics are closing out this week.
They are.
But before they do, they had one final event.
Oh, yes. There is one very important final event in the Olympics. Maybe you haven't heard of it, but you're about to now. Welcome back to Day 6 of the Ultra Pro Olympics.
The greatest sporting event to take place while seated.
If you don't count bobsled, because that looks intense.
Day 6 features the FNM setup, where athletes will be scored on both speed and cohesion of their final tableau.
Today's gold medal match pits reigning champion Playmat McConaughey against rising star Dyson Keaton.
And they're off! Keaton made a splash when she won the most recent World Cup with her flashy maximalist style.
McConaughey, on the other hand, is known for her signature monochromatic look, which we're seeing here today.
Check out that speed and precision from Keaton. I don't want to jinx it, but she's on track to break the time record.
Is that dice inside of a bigger die?
I think that it is.
Do you have trades? Trades? Who has trades? And she's done it! That's a new world record for Keaton, who is now officially the fastest FNM setup athlete in the world.
McConaughey is only mere moments behind her, though, and the judges still get to have their say on her final look.
They're conferring now. It looks like it's going to be a 9.4 for Keaton. What a score!
With her slower time, McConaughey will need a perfect 10 to take home the gold. Let's see what the judges have to say.
A perfect 10!
Wow!
She's done it! Your back-to-back gold medalist in FNM setup is Playmat McConaughey.
But don't we all take home the gold when we use Ultra Pro accessories? And there you go, everybody. That's another Olympic event in the books.
Happy Olympics to you.
Happy Olympics. Well, everyone, that's this episode of Good Luck High Five.
Yeah. Maria, how's your playmat hat?
It is great in here.
How's your anti-luck breaking system?
You know, could use some work, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, honestly, I could use some anti-lock braking system strengthening exercises in my life.
So true. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us for this episode. I feel like this was a cool episode because we got down and dirty with the data. We showed off some fun sketch that we did.
Yeah, we talked about some weird business world things. Yeah, which are not really our jam, but here we are.
You Googled something that might get you fired in a normal modern office workplace.
What? Just abs? No.
My headphones came off. I'm laughing so hard.
Not even anything dirty?
I mean,
just abs?
Imagine you're at your office and somebody walks by your cubicle and there's just a wall of abs up on your computer.
I think that's my business.
Oh my God. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Please become a patron if you're not one already. Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Join the family. We'll give you a shout out. You get so many awesome perks.
Yeah, you do.
We would love to have you along for the ride. Thanks to Ultra Pro and Card Kingdom for being incredible sponsors of the show. We've got more new exciting content in the works, by the way, coming up for you here in the next few weeks. So we're excited to show it to you as we create it. But that's the kind of thing that your Patreon subscription pays for too. So thank you so much, everybody, for supporting us. And hopefully, you don't get hit hard in the queues like we've been.